Hey, so hello and welcome back everyone to this another beautiful, wonderful video. I hope that your present day examination has gone very, very well and you have written very, very good. If not, do not think about the present examination. Whichever examination you have given today, let it go. Do not think about it. How many marks will I get? Do not go for all these calculations at the moment. You have to think about the upcoming examinations and not stick with the present day examination which you have given today. Okay, so for the upcoming examination I have some tips for company law. So we will see the important things that you have to keep in mind before giving the company law examination. Okay, now as we see the syllabus, we can divide the syllabus in three beautiful parts. Okay, part A, part B and part C. Now this is part A, this is part A, and then this is part B, and this is part C. See, understand this very properly. For company law examination, the part 3 is very, very important. When we talk about part 3, there are only 3 particular chapters which gives you 10 marks. And you know that to score 10 marks, it is so difficult for company law examination. I mean, each and every marks are very valuable. Even if you write for 1.5 page, 2 pages, they give you 2-3 marks, max to max 4 marks, not more than that. So that's why the mark scoring efforts that you need to put for company law examination is too much. So you have to be very much smart enough to understand which area to go first, which area to be to put more effort so that I can score more and more marks. Understood? Now see, for this only three chapters you have 10 marks in your hand. So from these 3 chapters there are actually two chapters. That is, the first is legal framework governing company secretaries, and the second is mega firms. These 2 chapters are the main chapters from which they ask the questions. Okay, secretarial standard board is a chapter where no much questions can be seen in any examination, and it's very, very rare to see any questions in the examination. Okay, and anyway, you don't have to study this chapter particularly, because normally the other chapters which we study over here, this covers this entire topics, whichever topic is mentioned over here in secretarial standard board. So basically you have to go and study for 2 particular chapters. Number 1 is legal framework governing company secretaries, and the other is mega firms. Okay, now legal framework governing company secretaries, I have seen a lot of students to leave this chapter completely, or keep this chapter for the last moment. So if you're a student, if you have not read this chapter properly, then I would recommend you a video lecture which I have uploaded. I will give the link of that video lecture in the description. There I have taken part C of company law. Okay, basically covering this 2 chapter. Okay, that's legal framework governing company secretaries and mega firms. This video, if you see, I can guarantee you that this 10 marks is yours. Nobody can steal this 10 marks from you. And you may think that this legal framework governing company secretaries is very difficult to remember. I have taught the entire chapter in a way where you don't have to put much efforts. You can easily learn the entire thing in a very, very short span of time. Okay, so you have to go through this part first, and then after that you have to go for this part, that is part 2 of company law. Okay, now in part 2 there are 1 2 3 4 5 6 chapters and 40 marks. Understand this, 6 chapters and 40 marks. Okay, and in the other hand there are 14 chapters and 50 marks. Okay, 50 marks. So I'll tell you something, the 40 plus 10 is equals to 50. Okay, and plus 20 is equals to 70 marks. So my strategy, my advice for you is this, that if you are good enough with part 3 and part 2, then you don't have to read or put so much efforts in part A, because you can score only 20 marks from part A, and that will be enough, because here only 6 chapters and 40 marks, 3 chapters, basically 2 chapters and 10 marks. So this is more than enough for you to pass the examination and score better marks, score additional marks from part A. To pass the examination, you only have to be very much confident and very knowledgeable from these 2 parts. Okay, that is part 2 and part 3. if this two part you do very properly, then you don't need part A to crack the examination, to be very honest. Now for part A, you have to score the additional marks which will give you more better result. Okay, so what will be your strategy? Your strategy should be, first of all, complete part C, that is part 3 of company law, and then go for part 2. After that, go for part A. Now in part A also there are few chapters which are very important. You can see one questions from this chapter every year. So the first should be share and share capital, members and shareholders, debt capital deposit, charges, distribution of profit, that is dividend, CSR, audit. Okay, then this few chapters which I have ticked over here are very important chapters. From here, this 50 marks, you can see 25 to 30 marks of questions coming from only this few chapters. Okay, they are allotting 25 to 30 marks from only this few chapters. So after reading part C, then part B, then part A, you have to read these chapters first. Complete these chapters first properly, and then at the last you go for the rest of the chapters, whichever is there. Understood? This shall be the study strategy for you a day before the examination. Okay, now see few things which again I will answer over here: how to present the answer in company law, which answer to attempt first, and how to cover 100% paper in 3 hours. That is what you have to understand. Now this much it is clear that part A consists of 14 chapters consisting of 50 marks, है ना? 40 marks for 6 chapter and 10 marks for basically 2 chapter. Okay, so what you have to do, number one is you have to go with this particular chapter first of all, and then go with this chapter, and then this chapter. This should be your hierarchy of studying a particular part of company law. So first you have to study part C, then part B, and then part 3, that is part A. Understood? Got it? Clear? Okay. How to present answer in company law? See, it's very important for you to present your answer in company law. The teacher who checks your company law paper, he will not even spend 1 minute or 2 minutes to read one particular answer that you have written. So you have to make sure that the teacher, he doesn't have to put efforts in going through your entire answer. He just see your answer and gets the answer that you have written the answer right or wrong. How to do that? Number one, basically in terms of presentation, I'll tell you first of all how to present your answer paper. See, 90% of the questions are being asked from as case studies, right? So how do you present a case study? Always remember, in terms of case study, how to present your answer. See, you have to divide your page. This is your page, this is the margin of your page. You have to divide a case study in 3 different parts. Okay, 3 different parts. This is the margin. Whenever you're attempting a case study, you draw a line again over here. Okay, then divide this answer in 3 parts. First is related provision. Okay, here you have to mention the what? Section number of the particular question, whichever section it is asked for. Now next you will be writing facts and analysis. Okay, first you have to write the section number over here, and then write the entire provision related to the question, not extra provisions. Okay, if in your question they are asking for 101, if in your question asking for 100, section number 100 or section number 101, section number 102, notice, quorum, or whatever they are asking, just related to that question only you draft your provisions. Do not add up provisions which is not necessary for your answer. Do not try to write more and more so that you will get more and more marks. No, only the part of the provision you will list over here as per the questions they have asked for. Okay, so section number you will list, and then the provision you will write it down over here. Okay, related to the question, whichever provision they have asked for. Then you have to write the facts and analysis over here. the entire fact, what it is written in the question, what do you think about the question. Last but not the least, you will write a conclusion. Now conclusions can be of 2-3 lines, not more than that. Every time you remember, whenever you draft an answer, you have to you have to maintain the underlined portion, okay, underlined key points every time. Whenever you're writing a section number, for example section number 101 I am writing, okay, you have to underline with a black pen, okay. Always underline the key points, always underline the key points, because again and again I'm telling you, the examiner will not spend even 1-2 minutes in one single answer, okay. He will just see the question, he knows that the answer, he has a suggested answer with himself, he will just check the suggested answer, he will see, okay, section 101, is he written about section 101, he will see yes, section 101 written. Then he will go through your this related provision, that also he will not read each and every word, each and every line, he will check the underlined key points that you have underlined, okay, and then he will award the marks accordingly. And then last but not the least, he will check the conclusion. So if it is a yes, if it is a no, if it is a suggestion, you always have to underline the key points, okay, so that when the examiner goes through your answer paper, he doesn't have to read the entire thing, he just have to go through the key points, and he understand that, okay, you know the answer. So this is the proper presentation that you have to do. Now students who are saying that, sir, I don't know how to present the answer, I will be listing out some videos in the description itself, where I have taught how to present the answer, how to underline, how to give a key point, and all those stuff, okay. So you can find that in the description itself. So this is number 1, presentation style. Now next is which answer to attempt first. Always remember, in company law, it is very this is the core subject of your entire profession. So whatever you are writing, you have to make sure that you are the master of all. So make sure, if there is question number 1, question number 2, question number 2a, question number 3, question number 4, question number 5, question number 6, question number 6a, for example, this is the pattern of questions, okay. Whichever question you know very well, you have to attempt that question number 1 first, okay. If you know question number 4 properly, you have to answer that first. If you know question number 2 properly, you have to answer that first. The few pages beginning of your answer paper, answer sheet, make sure you don't scribble, you don't do any mistakes, you don't do any mistake in the section number. Again, I'll tell you one very important thing. If you are writing a section number, you have to be very confident with the section number, that yes, I know this is the section number. Otherwise, what will happen, if you are drafting an answer and you're writing the section number wrong, mistake, your section number is a mistake, then even though your conclusion is correct, your entire answer is correct, the answer paper, the exam paper checker, he will award you 0, because your entire section number is wrong. So if you're not confident enough with a section number, then you have to write as per the related provisions. What do you have to write? As per the related provision. If you know the section number, then you have to write as per section 101 of the Companies Act 2013. If you don't know the section number, you have to write as per the related provision of the Companies Act 2013. Understood? This is the method, this is the way of drafting an answer. Is that clear? Okay. So this will be your answer, which answer to attempt first, how to cover 100% paper in 3 hours. This again, I'll tell you, whenever you get a paper, you have to spend 5 to 10 minutes sorting out which questions you know, okay. So once you get the question paper, you will read the entire question paper and tick the questions which you know, okay. Then when you start writing, for example, you have ticked question number 2, question number 5 and question number 6. When you start writing the first few pages, you will write only question number 2, 5 and 6. After that, you go for the other questions, okay. After writing question number 2, you should not see the question paper and read question number 3 again. Let me try, can I do it or not, let me see. In this way, you're gonna waste a lot of time, you're gonna lose on a lot of time, okay. So once you've decided, the first 5-10 minutes, you decide which question to attempt and then go for it, okay. Do not think anything, just attempt question number 2, 5 and 6 one after the other. Is that clear? So this is a method where it will help you to manage time. Always remember, carry your clock, carry your watch with you, Okay, because in company law you will see that the time flies, I mean, like very very quickly the time passes. So that's why you have to carry your own watch. Make sure that you carry your own watch for company law, and also the all the other subjects. Okay, it is very important. The only subject where you don't need a clock is the MCQ papers, because MCQ paper you just have to tick, right? So there you will finish your paper within 2 hours. Okay, and you will feel that you are sitting for 4 hours, but here the 3 hours will pass like half an hour, like 1 hour. Okay, when you sit idle you feel that okay, 1 hour is very long. Like that, 3 hours will pass in a realization where you're feeling that it's just 1 hour. And that's why you have to carry a watch with yourself. Okay, and you do not, please don't be those kind of person who was calling the invigilator and asking, sir, what is the time. You're disturbing yourself, you're disturbing the other people out there also. Okay, so don't do all these silly things. So this is how you have to prepare for your company law examination. Again, I'll tell you, as much as possible, try to maintain the tone, maintain the language of Companies Act, so that the examiner is impressed. Don't be very much silly and write very write in a language which is very very common and all that, because company law has its own language, its own style of writing. Okay, as per the related provisions, this and that. Okay, notwithstanding anything, all these kind of words are very important for you to write in the examination. So the examiner thinks that okay, you are well versed with the entire Companies Act. Okay, here it is very important for you to know the language of company law. Other than that, as much as possible, try to draft your answer in point wise. Okay, as much as possible, even though you are writing a fact or conclusion, you try to draft it in a point format. Okay, so that the examiner is very much happy to see that okay, he doesn't have to put much effort to check your answer. So first impression is the last impression. So this will be your guidance for your company law examination. I hope that you're gonna do a very very good. Don't worry at all, you're gonna blast the examination, you're gonna write very well. Okay, the paper is going to come very very easy this time. So if you like the video and the entire thing, which if it helped you out, then do like the video and subscribe to the channel. Thank you so much. See you in the next video very soon. Happy learning.